How are you doing? Rambo, how are you?
It's your football and shit. Oh, please do. Please do. It's either that way or backwards. See where you have it.
I had it in the DC office for about 5 years. This is one of my mom's favorites. Right here, man.
There it is. Good morning. See, I like that part already. This never gets old. When you're gathering to be able to talk about two deserving HBCUs and the owners from Alabama State and Alabama A&M, and have this type of turnout, again, talk about star-studded lineup here on the front row. You got more cameras flashing than a paparazzi scene in Hollywood. I mean, this is, but again, we're talking about what some cynics would say is an HBCU event. Who covers that? Nobody shows up. This is an additional holiday. We say that so many times, and we mean it every single time. We selfishly get an additional holiday here, Birmingham, Alabama, always the last week in October, and this is your 81st annual McDonald's Magic City Classic presented by Coca-Cola. I promise you it never gets old. It never does. Thank you so much for showing up, because again, you look out and just see all these faces looking back, all the energy, all the cameras, knowing that we're streaming out to approximately 15,000 people that aren't here. So thank you so much for sharing, again, part of your day with us to be able to talk about HBCUs, energy, experience, education, leadership, and all the great things that comes with this amazing event. I am Perrin King, the Executive Director of the McDonald's Magic City Classic presented by Coca-Cola. Again, thank you for coming. We really appreciate it. Thank you for viewing out there in the viewing and streaming audience. Everything here is about these two deserving HBCUs. And having that in focus for this entire period throughout your additional holiday weekend, that's what we like to say it. We're very grateful to be able to celebrate this extra special football season. And again, this great event, 81st annual. That means it's always here. It always happens. It continues to get better, continues to get bigger. But when you think about the excitement that this is, and to be able to do this, and again, old friends and new leadership and where we're going, this event and this great season that we're all having from both schools just continues to get better. So again, thank you. Please allow me to make a quick introduction. Allow me to welcome Dr. Daniel K. Wims, Alabama A&M president. Also, as well as Dr. Quentin T. Ross, Jr., Alabama State University president. Gentlemen, as I look you square in your eyes or in the direction of your eyes here, I cannot thank you enough as a father of four for all that you do to lead, inspire our next generation of young leaders, young people, and empower the communities for which you serve. It is not lost on your friends here in Birmingham. So thank you so much for doing that every day. You know, and this is kind of where the mayor and I start kind of talking to each other, and we start going back and forth for laughs. So if you haven't seen this before, sometimes it's funny, but sometimes it's just real. But this is when I say, of the dozens, at last count, HBCU classics in the country, the McDonald's Magic City Classic presented by Coca-Cola, you know, we've sold tickets 32 states so far. We're still upset because we're missing 2 states right now, and we're looking for them right now. Again, Mayor, let's get on that and make sure that we find them. Yes, but when you say that, and you know, if we hit, you know, somewhere close to the 34 to 36 states, you're talking about 75% of the continental U.S. knows that we're here, knows what we're doing. They've invested their money. They're investing their time to be able to fly into Birmingham International Airport. They're spending money here. They're doing all these things. And you know, I tell you what, it continues to be the most amazing event that I have the pleasure to be a part of. And you know what? Yes, Mayor Wolf, and this is us doing this again. You know, when you think about this run we've been on, and he and I jokingly, it's like Long Beach and Compton together. If you kind of know what that is, you know what it is. But it's been a hell of a 6-year run that we've had here, fam. So we just continue to look to continue to build this. You know, the Classic continues to see increased corporate support year over year over year. And if that sounds like a pattern, because it is. Again, the corporate community and how we've been able to engage them on behalf of these 2 amazing HBCUs, continue to see that type of support. This year, we're proud to say again, has vastly overshot what we thought our expectations were of what we thought good looked like. So as I stand here right now to report to both presidents, we're way ahead of where we thought we would be. So that's an excellent report to make here to you Wednesday at 11 o'clock, October the 26th. And you know, one of the things that I selfishly love saying, I wish I could have had my Coca-Cola jacket on and my, you know, and to have a McDonald's Black and Positive Golden t-shirt underneath there, because I absolutely love saying that 2 of the top brands in the world, not just Birmingham, Larry, right? Not just in the Southeast, we're talking about on the planet, are brand locked for this amazing event. McDonald's, Coca-Cola, your continued support and partnership and the way that you show up, from paying it forward to everything that we do with the Black and Positive Gold experience, just shows how much you care deeply about what we do here, and it just continues to honor us by your presence and your extreme support that you show. Additionally, Mayor Woodfin always loves to hear this part, that that economic impact is going to be over $23 million worth of impact that we're proud to report. And again, if you want to prove it, go try to get a room right now. You know, go look for reservations at one of your favorite hotels and try to get into some of the venues that you enjoy. It's because of this great event, and people know it and continue to show up. So very proud to be able to report that as well. In the case of new for the year of 2022, ambassador and post-game concert is Big Boy. Anytime that we say that, you just get, you know, I'm an Outkast fan, unapologetically. I know there's a gentleman in the front row, too, that is also. So when you got one half of the power duo, and I'm going to say the greatest duo in hip-hop history, and I said it, I'm going to stand on that. When you get the ATLians here, and, you know, one off-the-record note here, when you talk about support, the state of Atlanta, as I've always called it, is our second largest state outside of Alabama that supports, that makes up that 34 to 36 states that always shows up. So to be able to have him there at the 50-yard line, and to think about, you can go to MagicCityClassic.com to be able to grab your tickets, have these 2 amazing bands. Again, only places you can see both of these bands perform is inside Allegiant Field. You have this amazing camaraderie, fellowship. You have two outstanding coaches with outstanding football teams. Plus, you get a post-game concert at the end of it, all for one simple price. And at that time, you become a donor effectively of both of these two deserving HBCUs. There's no question, there's no decision. It's just how many tickets and who are you bringing with you. So for whatever reason you do not have your tickets, please go to MagicCityClassic.com, grab your tickets, because this is the type of deal that we all look for in this type of economy. Now I get back on the clock. So Classic Kickoff, again, in the New for 22 phase. We're actually having Classic Kickoff presented by McDonald's. It's going to be Thursday from 6 to 9 p.m. It's going to be at the Stadium Club at Protective Stadium. It's going to be hosted by world-renowned DJ Tracy Steele. Alabama A&M, Alabama ASU cheerleaders are going to be there performing all that Divine Nine energy that you so love about these type of events. The 360 photo booth is going to be there. Again, we got Coca-Cola, we got Coca-Cola Zero Sugar going to be available to sign in for your hydration needs, friends, fun, camaraderie, all of that for just a low $20 ticket price. Again, MagicCityClassic.com, get your crew, do what you do. Come on back and see us. We're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow night. Saturday's festivities for this particular year. Again, 5 a.m. If for whatever reason you don't want to ride the shuttle service that's out there, the new ship shuttle stop, 5 a.m. the parking lots will open. Good luck, because again, it's always a difficult part. 8 a.m. ticket windows will open for anyone that wants to do walk-up tickets to be able to grab those from Legion Field. 8 a.m. your McDonald's Magic City Classic Parade will be broadcast live on WBRC in Birmingham, Huntsville, Montgomery, Dothan, all parts in between. So if you think about going from the hills and mountains of Huntsville all the way down to the coast of Mobile, this parade is going to be consumed by, when you think about in-person streaming, almost 250,000 people are going to digest, hear about this parade, if for whatever reason they couldn't be here in person. So it's amazing to be able to speak to. And thanks so much to friends at WBRC, Fox 6, and then the Gray TV affiliates as well. Mayor Woodfin will be riding the lead float also. So again, we've got a little surprise with that, because again, you just never know who shows up at our parades and never shows up at the event. So again, get ready to see Mayor Woodfin on that lead float. Then you'll also just, again, never believe the type of energy, no matter how cold it is or how warm it is. Nearly 100,000 people are showing up out there to be a part of this amazing parade. It always goes down historic 4th Avenue as well. Again, just something we're extremely proud of. So also at that same time, so 8 o'clock that starts. Then go back to Legion Field on the west side of the stadium. From 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., the Coors Light pregame party is going to be happening at that point in time. So again, when you think about expos from our friends at McDonald's and Coca-Cola and Amazon and Regions and all these great partners that are out there, live stage performances as well. We'll have a running show posted up tomorrow, so you can go to MagicCityClassic.com to be able to see all those performances and all the things that are happening there. 2:30 p.m., that's what the coaches, again, because right now you see this is a business trip. There's no smirking, there's no smiling. I'm looking out at the players' faces. They know why they're here. So at 2:34, we kick off for your McDonald's Magic City Classic presented by Coca-Cola. Clear bag policy is strictly enforced. Just make sure that we get that out there. So again, your Gucci's, your Louis, all those things. Again, let's go clear bags and just be ready to come inside the stadium and have a great time. Again, post-game concert featuring Big Boy. It's going to be at the end of regulation. Hopefully no long overtimes this year. But again, end of the game, you're going to have Big Boy doing an amazing show. Back to the coaches here. So both teams are playing for the trophy. Alabama A&M is the current holder of the trophy and has, well, it's live TV, and that's a real thing. It's, again, I guess we're clapping for the fact right there, but again, I see some Hornets looking right now like saying, yeah, that was the end. They did win last year, and they have won 4 straight at the Classic. So again, as the Hornets are telling me right now, this is just the calm before the storm. I think that's what y'all told me when y'all pulling up, right? All right. Now, in all seriousness here, the city of Birmingham is a tremendous partner of the McDonald's Magic City Classic presented by Coca-Cola. They are providing incredible support for the event in the form of police, traffic control, EMS, marketing, as well as generous financial support for each participating university. This bears repeating every year. Again, it's one of the most pleasurable points that I get to make here, but without the city of Birmingham's involvement at every level, this event would not be possible. You know, in my Mayor Woodfin voice, let me be clear. I'm out of the impression now. The 99 neighborhoods, business community, and these two leading universities have no better friend than Randall Woodfin, who is the mayor of Birmingham, Alabama. So at this time, a great pleasure. Go ahead, I'll bring him up. The honorable, the humble Mayor Randall Woodfin.
Perrin, I think they missed the part where he talked about Compton and Long Beach.
I didn't know the intro.
Nothing but a G thing.
Baby. It is.
Just went over their head.
We're gonna get, we got all weekend to get everybody there.
All right. Cool. Good morning, everybody. What an amazing honor it is to stand before you as we kick off this Magic City Classic. Our two partners on the front row, McDonald's and Coca-Cola, thank you for all you do. I want to remind you all, if you pull up at McDonald's today, do not forget to get your McChicken and your Coke. Supersize it, please. But we do appreciate this moment. And let me be honest with you. I feel the excitement this year. It's different. The energy is higher. We know 81 years of putting on this classic. We've had a lot of moments. Most of those moments have been great. That is not to discount the last two, but this year feels great. I feel it. I hope you feel it. I'm excited. I will tell you what I've been telling everybody over the last few days. Stay hydrated. Take your adult naps if you can, if you have time. And be sure to have a good time this week. And so as I reflect, I want to first acknowledge Alabama State as well as Alabama A&M trustees that are not only present, but just overall. Y'all give the trustees a round of applause. I want to follow that up by our two illustrious presidents of Alabama State and Alabama A&M. Thank you for your leadership that you provide every single day. As well as, oh, absolutely. And then to the two coaches who, if I can translate them with a few words, you know why we're here. But this is more than 60 minutes of football. This is more than a halftime performance. This is more than the post-game performance of an artist. This is more than the biggest parade, I would say, of HBCUs. This is tradition. This is homage. This is family. And this is really about supporting two historically black colleges and universities where not just Birmingham, not just the state of Alabama, but across the entire Southeast, young people make decisions, families make decisions to send their children to. And as they matriculate through their freshman, sophomore, junior, senior year, they go off to be alums of what it means to be a Hornet, of what it means to be a Bulldog. And it's an amazing thing to watch as they come back to Legion Field every year and have a good time. Doesn't matter if it's rain, doesn't matter if it's been a long time since it's been cold. Doesn't matter if it's sunny, hot. The camaraderie of these institutions and what they bring together, it's amazing. And so just on behalf of a very grateful city, to all of our sponsors, to all of our supporters, this is an amazing occasion, and I'm excited to help kick it off. Perrin, I want to thank you for your leadership and what you provide. To everybody in this room, know this. The city of Birmingham stands shoulder to shoulder with these two institutions. of Alabama State and Alabama A&M, and we look forward to the next 81 years of continuing to produce and put on not only for the city, but these two storied institutions. Be sure to have a good time. I'll tell you this in closing. Don't let it be a triple overtime game this year, fellas. All right? I'm not saying who needs to win, who should win. It's not my business. I'm rooting for both of y'all. Just don't let it be a triple overtime. Thank you, everybody.
Once again, Mayor Randall Woodfin, please, one round of applause for him one more time, for all that he does. Don't look away, Larry. You know this is absolutely my favorite part. The rest are just words on paper to be able to get everybody excited about the event. But you get to talk about a true friend, true mentor to all that have ever engaged him. He's a missionary of excellence. All he does is goes out and try to find somewhere else to be excellent, to impart. He probably cannot tell you on two hands how many mentees that he has, because he doesn't count. All he does is help. All he has done, again, it's Da Vinci, who's the Renaissance man, who's the person that has all these different jobs, keeps finding ways to reinvent himself. If it's not Larry Thornton, I have no idea what that definition means. He is a noted author. Wow. He has an institute now. He sits on the board of Coca-Cola United. Multiple McDonald's franchises now that he has. He's brought his son into the business. That's everybody's dream, if you have a family, is to be able to do business with your children, teach them the right way, and to let them lead. His grandson is, other than being 6'7", is also a deep part now of the business. He's taught his family how to give back, how to love what is yours, and how to increase your sphere of influence. I can go on, and I see the wrap it up box kind of in the back there telling me to keep this moving. So our great friend, not just mine, not just yours, again, our great friend, and again, the one bad joke I told about him, I will repeat again and preface by saying it's a bad joke. Two relationships you should have, one with Jesus Christ, the second one is with Larry Thornton. Please come on up, Larry Thornton.
That's pretty damn cool. My friend. But yeah, the mayor did turn to me as we were sitting, and he said, you know, it's something different this year. The energy, you feel it? You feel it? And I feel it. So congratulations to BET and to you for, first of all, having led this classic to its #1 status, and to continue to reinvent the excitement that we are all feeling here today. It is awesome. Is Wilma in the room? Wilma Griffin. There she is. Raise your hand so they can see you. Wilma, we start immediately after this getting her with McDonald's to work with doing this all over again next year. You were intricately involved in a couple of Saturdays ago with a very special event with my son, which I couldn't be more proud. Thank you, Terry Sewell, for your office being involved and committed to that. I mean, that's what it's really all about. 365 days. Black excellence. We are an outstanding people. Just as wonderfully and as marvelously made as any people anywhere on the face of this earth. But too few of us believe it. And I've made it my commitment, and I'm so grateful to be a part of these two companies, Coca-Cola and McDonald's, because we believe in 365, just hot off the press. I just learned this the other day, Wilma. McDonald's USA will commit $1 million to existing and incoming HBCU students. $1 million. That's huge. we have to continue to work hard at taking our rightful place in this process of humanity. And Coca-Cola is committed to that. David, we're coming to see you. Mayor Woodfin called me and asked me to be a part of Birmingham Promise. And I was getting my, Coach Maynard, I was getting my speech ready, but before I could, he started to tell me what he wanted me to do. And that was Birmingham Promise. I fully thought that he was going to send me to serve on that board, but I've gone to 2 meetings. There sits the mayor. There sits Dr. Sullivan, committed to this work-based program, and I'm happy to be a part. I'll find the time to make a difference with our people. So on Saturday, coaches, the game has been scheduled. So you have to play. Why not win? I know a guy who wrote a book about that, you know. Why not win? You know, if you're going to go through all of the blocking and tackling, the shuffling and positioning, sweat, foul, the injury, you know what? We might as well win this thing. What if both teams came on the field with that attitude? It's a wonderful philosophy. But I want to say to the young men, there's life after the game, while the season is going on, and after sports, period. So I like to play with those words. You have been born, so you have to live. Why not win? Oh, let's be in it to winning. It bothers me to see so many people treating this like it's some kind of a dress rehearsal. Baron, this is it. And if you're going to win in life, you can't take an old passive, apathetic, lukewarm, mediocre, lackadaisical, old commonplace, ordinary and everyday approach. You don't win like that. It ain't going to happen. You ain't going to win Saturday if you hit the field like that. Winning in life means that you don't necessarily have to have a loser on the other side. In fact, your ability to win in life will be inextricably linked to the extent of your capacity to create winning opportunities for others. That's the way I want to live my life. If you're going to win, you got to be passionate, enthusiastic, excited, unusual. Is that the way you do it, Keith? If you do that, then winning is inevitable. It's going to happen. Let's have a good game Saturday. Congratulations to both teams. We'll see how it comes out. Thanks.
Can you ever really get enough of hearing Larry Thornton? I mean, he's just simply amazing, and that is him unrehearsed. There's no prep work for what he does, and again, passion needs no preparation. It just needs a direction, and I think that's a decent segue. When Larry talked about winning off the field as well and how it translates over, I was jokingly talking with David and Coach Maynard right before everybody came in about quarterbacks. It's like, my goodness, we seem to gain more quarterbacks every year in leadership positions with this event, you know, and then linemen and other folks as well. But you just think about, there are terrific paths. And we just think about what sports, education, and being a part of your community, what that can drive towards. So, gentlemen, it's true. It's absolutely true. And then, I guess, case in point, a not so smooth segue here. Next up is our good friend. He's the divisional director for Coca-Cola United for the North Alabama region. David Gullich was also an athlete, gentlemen and ladies out here in the crowd. He's a 4-year letterman, Jacksonville State again quarterback. There's another quarterback there. And one of the most productive quarterbacks in the history of Gamecock football. And again, he supports everything in the Pay It Forward program from Coca-Cola. He helps support our good friend Pam Cook and Scott Smith and all that they do. This time, please welcome David Gullich, Coca-Cola United.
he went back in the archives to see. I played in JSU for 4 years. But welcome to Birmingham Coca-Cola United. We are honored and privileged to be able to host this event, to be a part of this event for as many years as we've been a part of it. I'd be remiss if I didn't thank our team that is here, our Coca-Cola team that is here, that wakes up every day and shines that most recognized logo in the world, and what they do to take care of our communities and our customers in our marketplace. I just want to take this opportunity to thank our Coca-Cola team members that are here this morning. Thank you. Mayor Randall Woodford, thank you. Thank you to you and your team for opening up the wonderful city of Birmingham, hosting this event. We're honored to be a part of it. To both of these fine institutions here today, for what you're doing to impact young people's lives in your communities, for both presidents here, just the impact that you have on young people's lives. As I was talking to Coach earlier, as a coach, the next game is the most important game, right? So the first game is the most important game. So right now we happen to be at the Magic City Classic, which is the next game. But this one just has a little more oomph to it in talking to some of the players, right? So best of luck to both coaches. I know from a standpoint of preparation, game planning, preparing your teams to play, I know that you guys have done a phenomenal job. For the student athletes that are here today, what I would tell you is I've had an opportunity, I've been very blessed and fortunate to play on some championship teams through my athletic career. Played 4 years at Jacksonville State, got drafted by the Washington Redskins, was at JSU, or at Washington for 3 years. And in 1995, I had an opportunity to go to work for a company called Coca-Cola in Birmingham, Alabama. 27 years later, I'm still employed with this company. The best decision I've ever made in my life. Over any athletic decisions I've made, the best decision I made is the one I made 27 years ago. Now, make no mistake about it, this game this weekend is the most important game this weekend. I wish both teams the best of luck. Looking forward to the coin toss. As players, after that coin toss, let's buckle them up and let's get after each other. You guys have fun. And in closing, make sure you drink a lot of ice-cold Coca-Cola this weekend. Thank you.
I was told not to embarrass him, but today is David's birthday. So happy birthday so much, my friend, and thank you for the kind words. And also in that particular vein as well, does Pam cook anywhere around? I know I saw her, but she's always working. She's always making sure things are great. Is she anywhere around and we can see her? She may be right outside of the door. So I won't pause very long if she's not near. Hey, Pam. Pam celebrated her birthday yesterday, so I wanted everybody to wish her a very happy birthday, please. And she'll probably tell you it's her birthday week, and she won't be wrong. But again, right now she is doing her true labor of love. And Pam, we deeply appreciate you and respect every move that you make on behalf of this event, behalf of the brands, and what you do throughout the entire Central region. We really thank you. Thank you, Pam, and again, happy belated birthday. This ought to be fun here is, if you think about Princeton, Oxford, Harvard, we're not talking about like a Fresh Prince episode, so no Uncle Phil, no Carlton trying to get in. Our next speaker actually is an alum of all of these storied hallowed halls of education, enrichment, and leadership throughout our globe. And that speaker has decided to be here with us, could literally be anywhere on the planet, directing, leading on behalf of our country, but always remembers her family and where she came from. Again, hailing from Selma, our next friend is a great friend. And again, a great friend to all. And if you haven't met her yet, again, get in line, because there's a lot of people that want to meet her, speak to her, because again, all she does is excellence in everywhere that she has decided to serve throughout this country, and especially here back in her home state. She is definitely doing a tremendous thing and continues to do so. I'm not going to steal too much of your thunder, because I'm going to let you come up here in just a moment. But there's truly no greater supporter of HBCUs, the HBCU culture. And I'm not sure if you heard, but leading here, everybody here is invited to please join us at the Medical Forum Theater, 12:30 for a student debt conversation with both sitting presidents as well. Again, we won't take extremely long there, but again, we want to make sure that we're having these discussions because all of this matters in what we're doing. And I'll let you kind of tell the other part there. But wow, please join me in welcoming Congresswoman Terri Sewell. Please give her a round of applause here.
Good afternoon, everyone. I don't know about you, but it's Magic City Classic time. And that is a very special time in my family's life. I get an opportunity to represent the Magic City in Congress every day. I'm vice chair of the Congressional HBCU Caucus in Congress, where we take very seriously trying to provide resources and opportunities for this great institutions and for the great students that come out of HBCUs. So I have a great opportunity to work with both presidents all the time. And I just want you to know that there's something special in the air always when it's Magic City Classic Week. I had the great fortune of growing up with, my dad was on he was captain of the football team for, I think it was 1961 for Alabama State. And so he and his friends would always come year after year. We would leave Selma, Alabama. We'd get to stay in the Tutwiler Hotel. That was big stuff back then. And we would tailgate. It was always special. So I hope you all know that you're a part of an amazing legacy and tradition. 81 years. 81 years this rivalry has gone on. But more importantly, it's about fellowship, right? So when I think about the Magic City Classic, it's more than just a game. It is an experience. It is a very positive experience. And I want you all to know that you're part of that tradition now. And I am so excited to be here today. I know that I would not be Alabama's first black congresswoman had my mom and dad not gone to an HBCU. And I'm going to say that again. HBCUs rock. They are, in addition to not only graduating amazing scholars and black excellence, they are truly the foundation of our experience. When I think about HBCUs overall, that is a $1.7 trillion economic impact to the United States. And we in Congress know that, and we in Congress will fight to continue to make sure that we equitably distribute our budget so that we reflect the excellence that is in HBCUs. In Alabama alone, we have 15 HBCUs, and I get to represent all of them in Congress, even if you're not in my district, because I love HBCUs. And I know that the legacy of HBCUs will only live on if we continue to promote, support, attend, participate in activities that revolve around HBCUs. I want to thank Perrin. I want to thank Coca-Cola and McDonald's for your support year in, year out. And of course, our mayor and the Magic City. It wouldn't be no magic if we weren't in the Magic City. And I just want to say in closing that I look forward to having a forum, an issue forum, on something that I think is really important to all HBCU graduates and current students, and that is on student debt cancellation. I want you to know that we understand that the rising costs of higher education is crippled so many Americans. And this administration has decided to provide debt cancellation of up to $20,000 if you have Pell Grants. That deserves a round of applause. And you can come to the Medical Forum Theater today at 12:30 to hear more about how to apply and how to get it. I just want you to know that with every fiber of my being, as long as I am in Congress, I will continue to fight and fight for HBCUs. I wish both teams good luck, but I have to say, in the spirit of my daddy, go Hornets.
One more round of applause, please, for Congressperson Terri Sewell. Go Bulldogs. To make sure there was parity with the, we'll be there. Now, thank you so much again. Literally, you could be anywhere on the planet doing anything, but again, you put your time where you put your heart and your passion, and clearly it shows in what you do. You know what? Next person that I'm going to bring up to the stage is bringing a wealth of football knowledge, well-decorated NFL career. Again, knows this landscape, knows it extremely well. When you talk about success outside of cleats as well, this gentleman knows a lot about that too. So again, an accomplished business person throughout the country. Again, in his first year, to be a part of the magic that is the Classic, we definitely want to bring up the head coach of the Hornets, and again, that did a lot of things to make us real proud to be a part of this conference here recently, Mr. Eddie Robinson Jr. of Alabama State University.
You the man, coach.
All right, all right. Good afternoon. How's everybody doing? All right, I'll be brief. Yeah, we got 2 minutes here, so I'll keep it short. And you know, all those quarterbacks in the room, they like to pontificate their lexicons in a magnanimous way. So we know that, we know for a fact that that Maynard's going to have a little bit more to say than I will. So and he gets to go last. So, but on behalf of Alabama State University, our president, Dr. Quentin T. Ross, of course, our athletic director, Dr. Jason Cable, our chairwoman of the Board of Trustees, Brenda Brown Dillard. Want to thank all of you coming here to this press conference today. You know, I know we have some Outcast fans out here, some Big Boy fans. So when I walked in, people were asking me, well, how you feeling? So I told them I'm cooler than a polar bear's toenails. Oh, well, there you go again, talking that. Yeah, so we got some Big Boy fans. All right. So hopefully we can stay for that concert afterwards. But as you know, coming up from New Orleans, played in the 50th Magic City Classic here and grew up on the Bayou Classic, but it's truly the greatest football classic in my opinion, having played in it, having broadcasted this game for ESPN. Quiet secret, you know, I always grew up wanting to be a drum major. So New Orleans, we were big in the band, big for Mardi Gras, and I remember when I was doing the ESPN game, they allowed me to be in the band. I actually had on the big hat and was able to lead the Hornet band coming out. And so we know the parade is a big part of it. We wanted just to thank all of our student athletes that participate in this game. It's not just the football players. You know, our band is out there working hard to put on a great performance. The Stingettes, the cheerleaders, the honeybees. So it's a true university experience. And that's what makes Black college football so special. And that's what we look forward to bringing to you this weekend. Two great teams. I can't say enough about Coach Maynard. He's welcomed me to this conference, had a lot of jokes for me, played golf with me, didn't beat me too bad when we played. We were on the same team, so, but he's been one of those coaches that has really reached out to me since I've been here at Alabama State this first year and have a lot of respect for him. Actually played against him when he was at Northline A&T in the Celebration Bowl. Well, it was the Heritage Bowl back then. He didn't do too well, that's why he's smiling. So I'm gonna bring back those old bad memories, but I just want to make sure that I can thank everyone and Dr. Cable for entrusting me to lead this Alabama State program and to giving me another chance to beat Alabama A&M again, because it was great beating them when I was a student athlete, so I'm looking forward to beating them as a coach also. And it's going to be a great game. I mean, two teams are matched. We both in the same situation. We both want to stay in that East race, you know, and we want to beat each other. And so that what makes it great. But we also realize that, you know, other than that last Saturday in October, the two institutions are tied together, north of Birmingham, south of Birmingham. We need each other to survive. And, you know, I love that school in Huntsville every day of the year, except that last Saturday in October. So I'm going to introduce a couple of my athletes here. You know, talk about student athletes. I have to start with Bubba Adams, starting inside linebacker. I know he was leading the SWAC and tackles. Maybe we didn't play this bye week, so somebody may have caught him. But here's a guy that, you know, when I got here, has been through a couple injuries, but has been healthy this year, has been playing his tail off, has already graduated, is working on his MBA in our MBA program, and just exemplifies what it means to be a student athlete. Ja'Cory Merritt, local kid from Lanier High School, from Montgomery, Alabama. So we always like to have our local kids to stay home, and he knows what it means to play in the Magic City Classic. And then the last one, but not least, one of our seniors here, and I saw Coach Maynard, he talked at Congresswoman Sewell that you didn't have a choice, that your dad went to Alabama State, so then therefore you had to be a Hornet, which makes a whole lot of sense. But this young man Keenan Isaac, his dad actually went to Alabama A&M. But he wised up and went to Alabama State and is playing at a very high level. And but number 10, he's one. Y'all let him get away. Y'all didn't even recruit him, Coach. So, but he's one of those guys. I'm pretty sure he's going to be an all-conference pick, a guy that should play at the next level and has just been having a great year. Number 10, and he's looking forward to finish out his Magic City Classic career with a W. So I want to thank you for having us up here. We look forward to being up here this weekend. We know that the Magic City Classic starts all week long, and I'm sure the tailgating, if you would open it, Mayor, on Monday, they would be out there all week, as we know. But thank you for hosting us. We look forward to being here and to be here many more years to come. And I also want to thank the sponsors, of course, Coca-Cola, also McDonald's, doing a great job of leading us and allowing the HBCUs to be a mainstay in America. So thank you and appreciate your time.
Everybody, Coach Eddie Robinson, Jr. Please, one more round of applause for him. Yeah, this ought to be good here. Because one, Coach Robinson already set the stage, which again is what we do in this particular conference. And again, pausing to acknowledge, I see Dr. McClellan, and I know, I'm sorry, but I saw you. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your extreme leadership. We have said SWAC in more ways, all positive, in the last 4 to 5 years that I would wager to say than we ever did 50 years prior. Thank you so much for your leadership, Dr. McClellan. Absolutely. Please give him a round of applause. Now back to my good friend who I don't even make a joke here, is absolutely the best golfing D1 head coach in the United States. Again, there are some pros that are on the senior major tour now that do not want to be matched up with him when it turns back around to Regions time in May. Again, just outstanding competitor, outstanding motivator, outstanding leader. Again, one of the things, again, for me getting now to know Coach Rob and to see his ability to be able to win these conversations on sofas and via text and all these things, to be able, again, to have kids being trusted by their parents to leave with you. Again, these are the same traits that I've seen now in his 5th season from Coach Maynor. Again, I won't make the reference to some of the things that you've done, but you have led young people, and that is one of the things that we are so proud of you of. You have always answered the call when there was anything extra to be able to represent Alabama A&M throughout the year. So that is something that all the trustees and leadership are absolutely proud of. Again, he definitely knows how to win. And again, as we put here, he calls himself now Mr. Four-Pete. So please bring up Coach Connell Maynor of the Alabama A&M Bulldogs.
Thank you, Mr. King. I don't know who your boss is, but they need to give you a raise. Yeah, they need to give you a raise. Yes, sir. That was a great introduction. First of all, I'd like to thank my personal Savior, Jesus Christ. Without him, I wouldn't be here, and blessed to be in this situation. Most people, when they cough, need water, but me, I'm going to just drink my Coke from McDonald's. They say the best for last. I don't know, that's what they say. But I'll be available. My agent's here for NIL deals after this. But seriously, I didn't forget about you, Doc. Dr. McCollum is here, the SWAC commissioner, and he's doing a great job. He's been doing a great job ever since he's been here. As Mr. King alluded to earlier, the SWAC has taken off, and we have not reached the heights that we're going to reach through his leadership, and he's done a tremendous job since he's been here. The SWAC is steadily on the rise, And quiet as it's kept, it's not because of Deion Sanders. It is, he's helped out, but it's because of what he's doing behind closed doors. It's why the SWAC is where it is today. So we appreciate you. Thank you, Doc. That's him, the tall, skinny, good-looking guy in the back. He's quiet. He won't say a word, man. He just walk in and walk out, you know. It is what it is. But, of course, we got a lot of people to thank, and I want to start with the mayor. Thank you for your support every year, for allowing us to be in your city, and for you taking time out of your busy schedule to join us today. You didn't have to. You could be anywhere. You got a lot of things on your schedule. So thank you. Let me get my paper here. Now, I talked to Coach Robinson, and he said, Coach Ely, previous coach, practiced in the afternoon. Coach Robinson said he already practiced this morning, so I'm going to be short today because they already practiced. If they haven't practiced yet, I was going to be up about an hour, make sure he didn't get back in time. But they already practiced, so I'm going to keep it short, okay? I got to start with my president, the 12th president of Alabama A&M University, Dr. Daniel K. Wims. And I don't know, he told me the K stand for kick. Okay, so that's what we got to do. We got to kick. I'm saying, Doc, you know how I roll. Of course, I got to mention President Ross, Dr. Ross, great friend of mine for the last 5 years. We chopped up here early today. You know, it's a rivalry, but at the end of the day, we all friends, and like the mayor said, it's a family. We all family. So, Doc, appreciate you for everything you do for all the people that you do it for. Mr. Thornton, my man, he's been here every year. Great supporter, great speech every time. Does a great job with the McDonald's. We appreciate your support, sir, even though I know you're hornet. A hornet. It's okay. It's okay. We love you anyway. Thank you, sir, for your support. Yes, sir. I talked to David earlier. It's his first year, and which is fine because it's not Coca-Cola first year, but it's his first year. And, of course, we got a lot in common. We're in the quarterback club. We're in the quarterback club. So thank you, sir, for your continued support of the McDonald's Magic City Classic. Presented by Coca-Cola. Presented by Coca-Cola. And I only had that wrote down. Of course, I got to thank Congresswoman, Ms. Sewell. Thank you for your support and for being here. You didn't have to, and you are. And like everybody said, you could feel in there. I mean, I've been here 5 years, and this is the most people that ever been here. I mean, we got standing room only. We got to do something about that. We got to get a bigger venue, I believe. We got to, Larry. Okay, we can have people standing up. I talk a long time. Of course, I already thanked Mr. King. I got to thank my athletic director, brand new athletic director, Dr. Bryant, for his support and being on board with the Bulldogs. He's doing a great job since he's been there, unbelievable job, and he's going to continue to do that. Jason, my good buddy, Jason, how you doing, buddy? AD at Alabama State. We're good friends, too. For 3 hours we won't be, but after that we'll be back friends. We bro-hugged in the parking lot. we bro-hugged in the parking lot. I want to introduce my two players real quick. Number 9, linebacker. Last week we was off. The week before he was SWAC Defensive Player of the Week, Jason Terry. Stand up, Terry. Yes, sir. Great leader. Great leader. He's from North Carolina, too. I had to go back to North Carolina and get him. So he's doing a great job for us. Another young man I brought is my running back, Donovan Eaglin. He came from Michigan State, one of the transfers out of the transfer portal. Did a little backing up the first 3 games and got his first start the 3rd game of the season. And ever since he's been a starter, he's been over 100 yards rushing in every game. I think he's up to like maybe number 3 in the league right now rushing. He didn't start to the 4th game of the season. So his first start, he had 25 carries, 197 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Donovan Eagle. Thank you. Now, also, we got a couple trustees in here. We got our trustee, Trustee Ball. Where you at, Trustee Ball? Trustee Ball, stand up. Come on, man, stand up. No, stand up. That's my man. Trustee Ball, and of course, Alabama State has a trustee here too, Miss Brenda. Miss Brenda, stand up. Thank y'all for y'all support. Thank y'all for y'all tremendous support. Okay. Now, I say the best for last. The coach of Alabama State, Coach Eddie Robinson Jr., was a great, great football player. A great football player. As he said, we played against each other in 1987, a couple years ago. And my fault, 1991, in the Heritage Bowl. And unfortunately for us, we lost. Fortunately for them, they won the game. They had a great football team. He was a great linebacker on that team. We all know he played in the NFL for 10 years. But y'all saw when he walked up here, he was limping a little bit. Y'all saw he was limping, right? He hurt his hip. Hurt your hip, right? Yeah. Okay, I played quarterback. He played linebacker. And I ran a quarterback draw. And he came up to tackle me. And I gave him the old man a shishi. Where did he go? Where did he go? And he hurt his hip, and he ain't never healed. So he's still limping to this day. He'll never ever forget me. Ever. So, with that being said, Eddie, you won up on me, buddy. Okay? So I got to even that up. All right? It ain't personal, but it is. All right? So I got to even that up. So I'll be coming after you Saturday. All right? We did get that hip taken care of, okay? I'm sorry about that. You ain't the first that I messed up their hip. All right? If you can tell them, Doc, Google me, they'll find out, right? But anyway, I'm very honored. It's a privilege and an honor to be the head coach at Alabama A&M University, and I don't take that for granted. You know, the last 3 things I tell my players every single day at practice is go to study hall, go to class, and what, players? Pray. Don't forget to pray. That's the last 3 things I tell them, okay? And the reason I do that is because people don't remember the first thing you say. They always remember the last thing you say. So I always talk about grades, and then I end it with don't forget to pray at the end of practice, because that's what they're going to remember. So that's who I am. I'm a God-fearing man, and I try to make my players to be better fathers, role model leaders. I teach them guys, you know, we want to be leaders, fathers, role models. We don't want to be losers. All right? And this is what I tell them. Losers make excuses. That's what deadbeat dads do. They make excuses. Why they can't do that, why they can't do this. We're not going to do that. We're going to be a leader. We're going to be a father. We're going to find a way. Find a way to pass the class. Find a way to graduate. Find a way to make a play. Find a way to win the game. Find a way to put food on the table. Find a way to put shoes on their feet. Get it done. Don't make excuses. That's what I'm teaching my players. That's what we teach them. Be a champion. Be a winner. Be a father. Find a way to get it done. Don't make excuses. Okay? That's what I'm about. And so this is a great game, a great opportunity. But at the end of the day, I got to get them ready for the real world. Okay? Football ain't going to last but so long. Okay? I tell them the NFL stands for not for long. It's the best temporary part-time job you can ever have if you're fortunate to have it. The average lifespan is 3.5 years. Okay? So we got to get our education. They can't take that away. They can't take that ring away. Okay? Hurricane can take your house, your car. Everybody going to die. Okay? But you can't take that ring. You can't take that little piece of paper. And so that's what it's about. But again, this is the greatest classic, the classic the greatest classic of all, okay? And I get to coach in it. And I get to coach in it, and all of y'all get to witness it, okay? So let's enjoy it. It's the 81st, okay? It's the 81st. I'm going for my 5th, Coach Robinson. You going for your 1st. One of us going to get it. Another one got to come back for next year. It's always next year. So let's enjoy the rest of the week. Enjoy the game. It's going to be a great game, guys. It's going to be a great game. You throw the records out. We both still have an opportunity. If we win out, we still need a little bit of help, and we have a chance to play in the championship game. So we both know where we are. We got something to play for. It's a great opportunity, a great game. Look forward to seeing y'all on Saturday. Oh, one other thing. My AD called me at the press conference started at 11. My AD called me at 10:42. He's like, Coach, where you at? I said, what you mean? He said, the press conference at 11. I said, is that the day? I said, oh, my God. And then I walked through the door. See ya. Thank y'all.
One more time, everybody, please. Coach Connell Maynor. We got to reorder this because, again, that's kind of how we were supposed to end right there. That's the effective way. But, again, we do have an actual event outside of just the football field. So I will go through with a few brief other details that we have here, specific to game day related activities and facts that will allow all the fans to be able to experience an outstanding McDonald's Magic City Classic presented by Coca-Cola. Again, definitely want to make sure while you're being so fresh and so clean, see what I did there, Coach? Going back to, okay, all right, that part. So please make sure that a clear bag is part of your ensemble to be able to come inside. And again, clear bags cannot be larger than 12 by 6 by 12, which is roughly the size of a 1-gallon plastic freezer bag. Please note wallets, billfolds, clutches that are larger than 1 by 4.5 by 8.5 are prohibited. Again, this complete list can be found on MagicCityClassic.com as well as LegionField.org. The post-game concert featuring Big Boy will be approximately 45 minutes after the conclusion of play on the concert, and that's going to be playing to the west side of the stadium. That's going to be from the 50-yard line. Again, the concert is free with the purchase of a ticket, and again, tickets are only $35. $25 also as a general admission price point. And for whatever reason, with all this excitement, all this energy that you heard the speaker say, not just me saying it, but from everybody saying this, somehow there are a handful of really good tickets available. So please go now, grab your phones, go to MagicCityClassic.com, get your crew. The vibe is inside, please. That's where we got to have you. That's when it all counts. And also at A&M and ASU ticket offices as well, Legion Field, and select Hibbett City Gear stores as well in Birmingham, Montgomery, Tuscaloosa, and in Huntsville as well. Our friends at Shipt are having the Shipt shuttle service this year. That's going to be able to carry thousands of folks. Normally we have about 12,000 riders on the Shipt shuttle service. That's going to be from 3 locations. Again, round trip is only $5 per person. Best way to be able to enjoy all the experiences and be extremely responsible as well. And again, to make sure that you're able to secure your spot inside is to be able to take this really, really inexpensive park and ride. So again, $5 Shipt shuttle service. Information is on MagicCityClassic.com. And for all of our friends here in media, we'd definitely like to thank all of you, and again, for showing up in the droves that you have. Your continued support and coverage of this event is what continues to make the magic to be able to get out to our people, our friends, our followers, all the folks in the neighborhoods that allow us to be able to come in and be able to have this great event in their neighborhood. Again, thank you so much. And again, media, we're definitely inviting you to come over to Medical Forum Theater immediately after here to be able to hear a little bit about student debt cancellation led by our Congressperson Terry Sewell and having both presidents sitting with her. Last but definitely not least, I want to be able to publicly thank our McDonald's Magic City Classic presented by Coca-Cola staff. I just want to recognize the team that when Larry talks about going 365 and starting from Wilma where she starts basically the day after, our team never stops because, again, this is a true labor of love, our passion for these 2 schools, this event. This is something you just absolutely cannot fake. You have to love this to be a part of it. But I do want to acknowledge publicly our team, Kerry Coleman, Tricia Moore, Keith Sherman, Robbins Bonner, Will Coleman, Ellie Salem, Taylor Bonds, Michaela Bromelo, Sandra Gonzalez, and Vince Hastings. Again, for media, all speakers are available for interviews immediately after. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the 81st.